ladies and gentlemen, we do apologize, we have a little delay tonight. Our race will start at 8:12 p.m. UK time. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to MSC F1, round 21 of season 5, the Australian Grand Prix. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to MSC F1.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to MSC F1. Today, as I told you before, we are racing already round 21, meaning our season 5 is almost coming to an end.
Season, but it went really fast, didn't it?
Such a long season, but it went really fast, didn't it?
So, as the drivers are still in the pit box, current standings
I'm going to give you
of the drivers.
the current standings of the drivers and the constructors, of course. As I see, the first car is coming out already, so I will do it really fast for you.
So, as you can see, Mirko is leading the championship. With a very big gap ahead of Ryan Beaton with a 253 points, but then it's coming exciting for the rest of the season. 253 points for Beaton, as I said, and 229 for Tom Hackett, 210 for Sponge, and 207 for Johnny Bart. Whereas Gray will follow with a 194 points, Banana with a 173, James Adams with a 152, and Cam McKenzie with a 137. There is still going a lot to happen, ladies and gentlemen, as there are still 5 races to drive, with today a sprint, meaning at 2 qualifying and 2 races. So Crytek on 10 with 88 points, Viper on 84, Arton with 67, Angry Batcher with 59, Gregory F1 recently joined our community with 34 points, 80 Boomer with 32 points, David H with 31 points, Shane Boland with 28 points, Jonathan Krul with 22, Ghost Delta with 17, and Beatty McDonald with 11. So, as we got the drivers, we're going to the constructors. Obviously, Ferrari with a 691 points ahead. followed by Mercedes and Aston Martin. Hayes on the 4th place, McLaren on the 5th, and 3, 4 and 5th place is very close together, and also the 6th place in the Red Bulls on a 395 in total from 2 drivers. It's very close, and there can still a lot happen today. And the next 4 races, of course. As I'm gonna fastly switch for you guys my microphone back into the console, as I got a little delay switching cameras from console to the OBS system in my PC. So I will be right back. So I hope it all works now. We do a quick test as the first drivers already set their time. I'm really sorry, lads. I do apologize for the issues. It should be all good now. Set the circuit to full. So Arten on P14, a little bit of sliding there on the last turn, but still gonna give him that P4 on the mediums with a 1.4525. Great lap for Martin there. MSC F1 Stinder still in the pits. As
MSC F1 Nick is now on the softs. So MSC F1 Nick on the softs. Phoenix Gray on the softs. As we will stay now with MSC F1 Nick for his hot lap. DRS is open. Into turn 3. DRS detection point. Later for in the race. DRS goes once more open. Into turn 4. Taking maximum of the track there. Perfect, taken there by MSC F1 Nick. This is gonna be a mega lap. See how he's really pushing it through the corners there. And it comes over the crash finish line. And here comes a 1.4093 for MSC F1 Nick on them softs. So let's see what Phoenix Gray is gonna do then on the softs. Sets a purple sector 2, but goes away straight away. Last turn. What can Phoenix Gray do? And he sets a P2 with a 1.4123. 300th of a second to MSC F1 Nick. Gertie Boomer on an outlap. Cam McKenzie currently going into the pit lane. So we got an Aston Martin in sector 1. That is gonna be MSC Cinders. Is he gonna make that P16 better? We keep an eye on that sector 2, where he's gonna come. That's a 45. As he still didn't set his time, you won't see there any gap difference when you look into the sector times. And MSC F1 Cinders sets a P15 with a 1.05300. Angry Badger. There goes something terribly wrong there, and he goes into the gravel. Angry Badger into the gravel and needs to go for another lap. So we got Banana Rama Place in an outlap, Cam McKenzie in an outlap, Will Sponge in an outlap, Ali Ali in an outlap, Zeus in an outlap, and Ghost Delta in an outlap. MSC F1 Nick back in the pits. That is it. That is it for MSC F1 Nick. Phoenix Gray, 1/10 above his best lap time. Goes a bit wide there. Still not invalidated, so he can continue. Mirko then. Mirko, what can he do? And he takes P2 from Phoenix Gray with a 1.4113. Gertie Boomer then. Currently on P4. The 3/10 difference on Phoenix Gray. But has invalidated, so he is not able to set another time. Artin has finished. Banana, what can he do? At the moment, roughly 5/10 below the pole time. Banana takes that P7 back from his teammate. Ali Ali. Well job. Well done. So qualifying is finished. Forgot to mention, with a sprint weekend we are doing a short qualifying with a 50% race, otherwise it's gonna go very late. Gonna be very late, my apologies. So lads, I do need to say I'm speaking 3 or 4 languages a day, which makes it sometimes really difficult for me to make the connections with the English. So forgive me if you hear any mistakes from me tonight. Also, I am not normally on a comms position. I'm just doing this so I can help MSC F1 out, as I'm normally behind the scenes doing the social media channels and as an editor for MSC F1 Nick, MSC F1. And next to that, I do also recruitment and an owner. But a comms is not really my task, but I just want to provide the drivers and the people who are watching, of course, with a live stream and some commentary. So I'm trying to do the best I can. So we are still waiting for an official announcement from our stewards for the race start. First race will be 12 rounds, 12 laps, however you want to call it. Then followed by another short qualifying, and then we'll follow the official race with a 50% race distance. So race starts in 2 minutes. Race will start as usual with a formation lap. MSC F1 Nick in the Aston Martin on P1. Pole position. sharing the line with Mirko in the Ferrari on second place. And on third place, the Scotchman Phoenix Gray in the Red Bull, together with Zeus. Might gonna be great points for the Red Bulls today, if they can keep that position. Gertie Boomer, P5 in the Williams. Arten in the Kick Sabro on P6. Banana on P7. Ali, the Belgium guy, on P8. And Cam McKenzie on P9. Well Sponge in the Haas on P10. Shane Bolin in the Alpine on P11. Ghost Delta in the Haas on P12. Gregory F1 P13 and Tom Hackett on P14. Most drivers will start on medium, as I think the softs will not hold that long. They might do, but you're gonna lose a lot of pace. So I'm guessing most of the drivers gonna drive on a medium tires. As the formation lap is going on, all cars are driving away from their grid position, with as goal heating up the tires as most as possible and take that car through all gears. To have the best possible start of the Grand Prix. Someone has fallen off there because Mirko was on P2 and not on P1 or something. Where's Nick? So all drivers, as I said, on medium tires. MSC F1 Nick just got behind us the information lap. On P6. That will catch. Something went wrong there, I don't know what, but here we go. Race start. As I don't like really this rear view, that's all the F1 game is gonna give us. 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights and 5 lights, and it's lights out and away we go for the first sprint race here in MSC F1 for the Australian Grand Prix. Phoenix Gray takes P1 in turn 1. Gertie Boomer follows with a 2/10 behind him. Zeus keeping that P3, but there comes the Aston Martin on the inside and they almost collided with that. Goes terribly wrong for the behind them. As there's some really close battles going on here. You got Ali and Goes Delta going next to each other, wheel to wheel. The Aston Martin and the Haas. Oh, and the Aston Martin has catch him. So Gertie Boomer really close to Phoenix Gray. Let's see if he can keep that gap, or he's coming already on the inside of Phoenix Gray. On to turn 2. DRS not yet open, but he has catch him. And Gertie Boomer takes P1 from Phoenix Gray. Our DRS is open. I apologize. Here comes Phoenix Gray. Can he take that position back? Yes, he does. Phoenix Gray back up to P1. And overtakes Gertie Boomer back again. Zeus keeps P3 for now, but got a lot of pressure from behind there. As MSC F1 Nick is soon gonna make his attempt on Zeus. If the pressure from the back will not get too much, and it's almost gonna be, as Mirko is really closing in on MSC F1 Nick now. Both DRS, so nothing to win there. He got to do it in the corners. Oh, MSC F1 Nick on Zeus, on the outside. Back on the inside, but they touch there, as it seems. So Zeus still on P3, 3/10 behind P2 and P1, his teammate. MSC F1 Nick very close now. Makes a little mistake there in the last turn. Mirko sees it all happening from the back there. MSC F1 Nick on Zeus. Can he do it? Yes, he keeps it there, and MSC F1 Nick makes his way up to P3. Can Zeus come back and take maximum points for the Red Bull constructors, as Zeus is driving his first race in MSC today. So we got Banana really close on Wellsponge also now. The two McLaren, can they work together to work up their way more to the front? Do they have a strategy with making a pit stop? I don't know. We are going to find out. As Mirko goes in the inside of Zeus, but still not next to him. Very close though. He shows himself in the mirrors, and here he goes on the inside. Zeus still keeping that position. Very well done there on the outside. And he knows that is the most speed where you can, where you can really keep the speed on the outside line. There is the most grip, and here they touch. Here they touch, and that is definitely going to be reviewed by our stewards. But that is gonna cost Zeus some time. Still a close train there from P1 to P7. P2 to P7, of course, all DRS open, except a Gertie Boomer. Still remains on top, but there he comes on the inside. Phoenix Gray, what a move there. What a beautiful new move from Phoenix Gray, but Gertie Boomer still on the inside now. Oh, and he lost the position again, back to Gertie Boomer. Beautiful driven there by the pair of them. What a nice move for Phoenix Gray. Merkel very close. Well Sponge is looking. Here he's coming. Well Sponge makes his move up to with Merkel. And here comes the Aston Martin of MSC F1 Nick. Still next to each other. Can he keep it in that turn 4 on the inside? Yes, he does. MSC F1 Nick, what a move, and makes his way up to P1. Incredible driven there. As you can see, still a lot of battles going on there. Here Merkel with Banana next to each other. Merkel on the outside, and they touch. And they're going 3 into the last corner. And that is barely possible. And now Merkel is gonna lose a lot of time as he's gonna be pushed wide. Oh, who is that? There's going a Red Bull. That must have been Zeus. Not sure what happened there, but Zeus. Definitely not gonna be happy with that. Started his race on P3. And now by some mistakes, he's back to P14. So a little battle between P13, P12, P11, P10 and P9 here. Can do something still. He's gonna find his pace back. Or is he even gonna lose more pace now because he's fighting those gentlemen as he makes his way now up next to Lil Drips. Still Sanders next to him. Got a bit of twist on the race. And takes P13. So we go back to the front. Banana. Not expected to see Banana there. Almost heading to the podiums after some struggles from Banana. Seems like he's back. Very close there. Looking to that podium place. He will be very eager after such a long time of problems. PC issues. And a lack of time of practicing. Seems like Banana really finds his rhythm back today. Two more laps to go. Don't forget Tom Hackett in the back. There comes Banana. There comes Banana, making the move on the outside and turn two. The inside, I'm sorry. Next to each other. 3 wide. It's going 3 wide there on the straight. And Tom Hackett from P5 up to P3. What a move from Tom Hackett there. He knew it needed to be done this lap. As you can see what he's creating a gap from P3 to P4 now. That was much closer than the lap before. So Banana will now be fighting Wells points for P4. That is maximum reachable as we are heading into the last round of this sprint race. Tom Hackett, can he still do something to the pair of the first and 2 position? I don't think so, but never say never, because he looks already at MSC F1 Nick there. And here he comes. Tom Hackett up to P2. Takes a bit of more speed into turn 2 there. DRS goes open. The long straight probably has a lot of more overall speed there. And makes his move in turn 4. Up to P2 for Tom Hackett. Beautiful done there. And here we come. Oh, MSC F1 Nick is out. Oh, MSC F1 Nick. The last turn, the last lap, he totally vanished it. There was almost going a Red Bull visa out as well. MSC F1 Nick. So MSC F1 Nick out. Going from 3rd position into the last one. And your driver of the day from the sprint race is Tom Hackett. Of course, beautiful done from him there. Well done. And Phoenix Gray on P1 takes an extra 8 points into the championship. Tom Hackett on P2. Wells Point on P3, Banana Rama place, and the McLaren on P4. Gertie Boomer on P5, and the Williams, Ali, the Belgium guy, on P6. Shane Bolen on P7 in the Alpine. Zeus, then the Red Bull teammate of Phoenix Gray on P8. Gets still 1 extra point. And then on P9, Artin MSC in the Kick Sauber, and P10, Gregory F1. So qualifying before the 50% race, the main race for tonight. 18 minutes. Let's see who will take pole position for the main race today. As I'm gonna take a fast drink, guys, I will be right back. So, let's take a look at the gentleman as Gregory has just started his hot lap. Let's take a look with him. As you can see, ERS is completely out already. Still get something back from that in the corners and with the braking, of course, but that won't be enough. I think he ran out of ERS way too soon in his hot lap, as he set a fastest purple sector 2. That's totally normal, as he is the first one setting a hot lap. So Gregory F1 going to P1 with a 14908. A 14908 for Gregory F1. Who's up next? That's a Kick Sauber. Arten. Bit of sliding there last turn. And takes P1 with a 14517. MSC F1 Nick retakes that P1 with a 14306. And Arten 2/10 behind of MSC F1 Nick. Very well done there. Gertie Boomer P3 with a 146. Then is up next the Haas. That's gonna be... Was Punch still on out lap? Sorry guys, I really need to get used to the system because Gregory goes for another hot lap. See a lot of drivers sometimes doing that. One hot lap, one cool down, and another hot lap after it. So Mirko invalidated. Will go into another lap. Will not, because his ERS is empty. Has nothing to give then. Tom Hackett, where is he gonna come? Tom Hackett. On P5 with a 14755. Expected better for Tom Hackett there. Maybe he will still come with a boomer in the end of qualifying. Who knows? Cam McKenzie on an outlap. Goes Delta, what happened there? Did he get out of the way or did they touch there? Not really good to see as we go to Ali Ali. Ali, still 50% of ERS in that car. What can he do? Up to P8 with a 14917. Ali. Next one is gonna be a Red Bull. That will be Zeus. No, Zeus is still in pits. Oh, that was Phoenix Gray going in the pits. Well, Sponge. We'll go for another hot lap now. Let's see if he can improve that time. Take maximum track there. Really nicely taking that turn 1. The long straights. DRS open into turn 2. Nicely taking the apex. And another one. On the straights, DRS, another time open, 2 sector zones here. Or 3, I mean. I believe it's gonna be also on over the finish flag. So Wells Punch So it's a purple sector 2. Not sure if that's again a bug in the game you see very often. Wells Point with a 1.4345 and makes his way up to P2. So P2 till P5 basically split by 0.2 of a second. That's going to be a 36 laps of a very close racing. So Alton on an outlap, Phoenix Gray on an outlap, and Angry Badger on an outlap. Cam McKenzie is still in a hot lap, I think, invalidated. Goes Delta and hot lap. As I totally forget about Shane Bolin on P3 with a current time of 1.4491. That's a good time for Shane Bolin, well done there. As there is a yellow flag for the Haas, who is that? That was Wells Point. I think he got out of the way for the Aston Martin there. There's MSC F1 Nick going for another hot lap. He set at a 1.4168. And as the track temperature is rising, you can see that he's setting that purple sector 1. As Phoenix Gray gets up to P1 with a 1.4148. Well, driving there from Phoenix Gray. But we stay still with MSC F1 because he sets a purple sector 1. So, and now sector 2 is ending. Another purple sector. He's gonna take that pole position again away. Provisional pole position still for Phoenix Gray. 2 more turns. Perfectly driven there with ERS. MSC F1 Nick with a 1.3871. First one in the 1.3s today. Two and a half tenths. This is the gap between MSC F1 Nick and Phoenix Gray. With still 7 minutes and 40 seconds on the clock. Still a long way to go, ladies and gentlemen. So Mirko still didn't set a lap. Currently busy with his hot lap. As you could see, the rear's really slippy there. Mirko, last turn. Across the finish line, and where he comes. Mirko with a P3, 1.4222. Gertie Boomer, where are my sector times? Let me put my sector times on. Phoenix Gray into the pit. And so does Gertie Boomer. Tom Hackett into the pit lane. Well, Sponge on an outlap. Shane Bolin still busy. Now going in his next hot lap and invalidates. Should make a hurry to go back in that pit. Change tires and go immediately out. But still 6 minutes left. Well, yeah, still quite some time, so. Goes Delta and validated. Now you have Kamikaze and Well Sponge. Kamikaze on a hot lap. Well Sponge as well, but first is gonna be Kamikaze, but he's 4/10 up his own sector 1 time. 4/10. Kamikaze not gonna do it this lap. Well Sponge invalidated. Let's stay with Shane Bolin, as his first time was a P3. So Shane Bolin has hit a lot of practice this week. As Zeus is coming over the line now, what he will do? Oh no, that's not Zeus, my apologies. Shane Bolin, purple sector 2. Did not watch the sector times, but here he comes, across the finish line. Shane Bolin stays speed 10. 1600s up his own time. Gregory F1 going for another round. And Phoenix Gray we still didn't see today. Won the sprint race. And will do everything to take that provisional pole. From MSC F1 Nick, I will guarantee you, he will. Phoenix Gray, sector 2. What is he gonna do? He needs to be in a minus, otherwise it's game over. And he is. 110 down. He's gonna need 2. Phoenix Gray across the finish line and 1300s down his own time. That's not enough. So that means the last sector was not great for Phoenix Gray. So another cool down lap, and then Phoenix Gray will go for another hot lap. If not, he will go into the pits and put another fresh of tires for the last stint, but no, he will not, because it's only 2 minutes and 17 seconds, so one more round. As I think he has not as much fuel for another round. Mirko on an out lap. Gurdy Boomer across the finish line. 4.5 seconds up his own time. Not a great lap from Gurdy Boomer, or a cooldown lap. Well, Sponge coming out of the pits now. Gonna do another last stint to see if he can make his time better. So Phoenix Gray we were. Let's go back to him. 700s. 110 above his own time. Not gonna be it. ERS is empty. And this is not gonna be the lap for Phoenix Gray to take that pole position. Almost 1/2 tenth up above his time. Mirko, 2000s, 1/10, 1/2 tenth below his own time. That's gonna get him close to Phoenix Gray, so what can he do? Mirko, last turn. Nicely taken there, cross the finish line, and he takes P2, as I told you, from Phoenix Gray. Phoenix Gray definitely not likes to see that. Cam McKenzie stays P6. Who's up next? Zeus and the Red Bull. Can he come closer to his teammate? If they want to work together in the race, he should be. And he does. Behind his teammate, Zeus on P4 for now. Goes Delta into the pits. Ali is still busy. Another. Ooh. Ali into the wall there. Pit lane entry. And Mirko into the gravel. Just took that P2 from Phoenix Gray, so was for sure not busy with an old lap. Just a cool down lap. Ooh, who is going there into the gravel? That was MSC F1 Cinders. Started his lap on P15, stays P15. So that was it for qualifying. MSC F1 Nick with a 13871. Totally oversee that. Great lap from him there. Mirko with a 14060 on P2 in the Ferrari. And then on the line behind them, the two Red Bulls could strategically work together. If they will do, we are about to find out. And then on P5 and P6, Wells Ponch in the Haas and Gertie Boomer in the Williams. So Gertie Boomer and Wells Ponch on P5 and 6. Shane Bolen on P7 in the Alpine together with his teammate Cam McKenzie on 7 and 8. Tom Hackett in the Mercedes on P9. Gregory F1 in the Ferrari on P10. Bananarama Place on the McLaren on P11. Arten MSC on P12 in the Kick Sauber. Man goes Delta in the Haas and Ali in the McLaren on P13 and 14. So, as you all know, we're having always 5-minute breaks on the grid before the race start. So I'm waiting for the official announcement from our FIA team. Once I get the notification, I will let you know. As the official announcement came from Demir MSC, race starts at 21:15 UK time. So lads, we have two Red Bulls on a P3 and a P4 looking to the Constructor Championship. If they're gonna hold that position, they could make a very way up there, the both of them. So MSC F1 Nick looking for now to bring the only points for the Aston Martin Constructor Championship, and here we go. Let me take this away from you. So Zeus and Wellsponge most likely has touch information lab, so both standing on the grid. So not having the advantage of getting the possibility to heating up your tires and roaring to all those engines. To all those gears, I should say. Sorry. So is this gonna have effect on Zeus and Wellsponge on the start of this Grand Prix? I do think so, yeah. As we starting this race from the backside camera. And here we go, all drivers are lined up. Green flag goes up. And we got a 1 light, 2 light, 3 light, 4 lights, 5 lights. And it's lights out and away we go. Let's take a look at MSC F1 Nick, makes a great start there. Mirko has company directly from Phoenix Gray, but makes a little twist there. Phoenix Gray directly under pressure from Wellsponge. Wellsponge still needs to wait, but there's coming a back marker. Who was that? One of the Alpines, I think so. As Banana Rama plays. Trying to fight Zeus. Wheel to wheel. Has now the inside line. Should be the better one, and he does. He takes P5 from Zeus. Shane Bolen in the Alpine sees the backside of Zeus, almost glides into it. Little touch, that is racing. That's not what we care about, as long as it's fair. So Shane Bolen next to Zeus. Zeus takes the better exit there as the battle line. As the inside slows you too much down there. So P1 till P12, still within DRS zone. Gonna be a long DRS zone now after lap 3. DRS will be enabled soon. Arten looks like he's closing in on Shane Bolen. And Mirko and MSC F1 Nick fighting each other here, wheel to wheel. still next to each other, but Mirko has the inside line there. What can he do? And Mirko's behind him. So MSC F1 Nick leaves Mirko for now behind him. He gets him a little twist of that dirty air. Which has effect aerodynamically on the car behind you. Well, Sponge. Now very close. Phoenix Gray top speed. It is more than Haas can do for now. As Mirko goes through MSC F1 Nick there in turn 2. MSC F1 Nick with DRS. Mirko doesn't. Mirko leaves MSC F1 Nick behind him for now. Beautiful shot here. A little log up from the McLaren there. Banana closing in on Well Sponge. Can he make the move? Well Sponge looks better to get in the turn there. Here we go. Banana on the inside. A bit too much on the inside, you should say, but still does it correctly. Sees the gentleman in front fighting now. Oh, and there it goes terribly wrong. Phoenix Gray still holds it. Well done there. I'm not really sure what happened there. So Shane Bolin. P1 till P12 still all in DRS. So a long train. So it's all about taking the apex correctly. Taking as much as speed possible into the corners on the exits. The two Red Bulls still in a good position to make some good points today. Oh, and there it goes again. MSC F1 Nick next to Mirko. Banana looking now on the backside of Phoenix Gray. Phoenix Gray, you see, he has really good top speed there. Should make him slower in the corners. But there's coming another long road. And you will see with Phoenix Gray. You see, there he goes. Oh, Banana, they move on the inside. Great corner taken there from Phoenix Gray. And there he goes, next to Mirko. Can he get the job done from the outside? Should give him a bit more power now, and he does. Up to P3 goes Phoenix Gray. And there you see still that beautiful train from P1 to P12, what I just said. McLaren closing in on a Ferrari there. Phoenix Gray. And there he should go now. Next to each other, but MSC F1 Nick takes a slipstream from Wellsponge, makes him faster there. Oh, and that's cost Phoenix Gray a lot of places. What happened there? From P3 to P5. P1 till P6 is now all from P1 to P7 is now all in 1/10. Really, really close to each other, all those gentlemen in front. Banana. There he goes. Banana on the inside once again. And there he goes. It takes P1. Banana. Incredible. If that was totally fair. Yeah, it was on the border, I think, but. Shane Bolan on Zeus. Zeus up to P4 and Phoenix Gray up to P8. What happened there? Didn't fall so much back. Phoenix Gray up to P8. Zeus taking his place. As this DRS train will continue until one of the first drivers are going for the pits. It's gonna be very hard for Phoenix Gray, I think, to catch up. Oh, and there he goes! He totally slips it away. Phoenix Gray. Double point for Red Bull. Not gonna happen. You can see now P2 and P3 are falling a bit back. 4/10s, 5/10s. That gap is a lot bigger than one lap ago. Zeus very close, looking to the rears of Shane Bolan now. Can he get a better exit now? I think exactly the same as Shane Bolan there. As you see the gentleman in front, Banana to MSC F1 Nick. MSC F1 Nick taking his place back. And it's back up to P1. Banana looking really, really strong today. Deserves, from my side, definitely driver of today. He was struggling a lot before with his computer and with lags, and didn't race for a couple of races, I believe. Now is, I believe, also the first race I see him back on track and up to podium places. But can he hold it? Here goes Banana. Banana makes his way up back to P1. As now no DRS. MSC F1 Nick does, but thinks the better of it. And decides to just wait as long as he can stay close to him. He will spare his tires. Banana going into the pit. Will be the first one. Banana, first one into the pit, together with Shane Bolen and Gertie Boomer. So that's gonna be excited to see where Banana will come later. And Zeus is now automatically from P4 to P3, and oh, well Sponge! Well Sponge! That's gonna cost you one place and probably another one, as Mirko is also looking now to you. But still lucky he kept it there. So Zeus now up to P2. And imagine that Phoenix Grey could also have been there. It would have been mega points for Red Bull. And that would bring them up in the Constructor Championship, up to P4 I believe. But you never know. A lot can happen still. 22 laps still to go. So Phoenix Grey has still a lot of time to recover. As well, Sponge and Mirko are now wheel to wheel. And Mirko up to P3 in the Ferrari. As I said, that short spin there in turn 4 from the Haas, well Sponge. Gonna cost him another position. Oh, big log up there. I believe that was for Mirko. And look at Zeus looking at the back of MSC F1 Nick. First race in MSC Zeus today. Does a well done job so far. Quite interesting to see when MSC F1 Nick is going to decide to go into the pits, and it's going now together with Zeus. That's smart from Zeus, because I think another lap is going to cost him a lot of time. So, we said Banana, where is he going to come out? Yes, in front of them. Well strategy there from Banana. Zeus and well Sponge. Been a bit too long, I think, on this stint. As they fall back completely from to P8 and P9. Angry Badger. Looking at the back of Shane Bolen, and Shane Bolen makes a mistake there. Shane Bolen has already a time penalty standing and gets another one added to it. So does Zeus. That's definitely not gonna help him in the end result of this race. So who is there wheel to wheel? Was Ponch taking Mirko and Zeus there. Looks like it. Who's coming there on the inside? Cam McKenzie, and they're going 3 wide here. Wow, very close in the back there. Still wheel to wheel with Zeus. Zeus the inside line. Cam McKenzie the outside. Oh, very close. If he would have touched the wheels from Zeus, Zeus would slip out, I think. So very, very close there. Ali. The 2 McLarens. Are they gonna get the most points today in the constructors? Well, definitely looks like it. Oh. As he goes too much over the big curb there, he loses his rears, but still kept it on track. Shane Bolen, 4/10 behind Gertie Boomer. Gap looks to closing as we're gonna go back to Shane Bolen. Because that gap definitely also needs to come closer. Little wheel spin there from Shane Bolen. As he's taking the inside line now. A bit outbreak it, you should say, but so Shane Bolen up to P2, Gertie Boomer next to MSC F1 Nick now. Loses 2 places there in that sector 2. As Ali is also coming closer now. He's got Ali and Mirko right behind him now. Into turn 1, DRS wing goes open. That's Ali. Oh, what happened there now? They collided each other. Ali. Oh, there goes another one over the grass. Gregory F1. Was he pushed over the grass? Well, looks definitely like the steward's gonna have a heavy job again. Well, Sponge. On to Gertie Boomer, will take the inside line. which is the slower one here. But has he more top speed? Yes, he does. Wow, almost a late move there from Gertie Boomer. Mirko now on the back of Shane Bolen. Will make his move here now after turn 1. And almost glides in the back of him. But kept his line there, Shane Bolen, so... Ooh, gets a little push here from Mirko. Or from Shane Bolen, sorry. So Shane Bolen out of the podium zone. Lap 22 of 36. Mirko on MSC for Nick. Nick without DRS, so Mirko will catch him, of course, really fast. But will now be without DRS. And MSC F1 Nick will be, so... No, he's too far away. Gertie Boomer looking still at the back of Wells Sponge. And Zeus is coming right behind him, so this is going to be also interesting to see. Got Wells Sponge, Gertie Boomer and Zeus fighting each other. And we got Mirko, MSC F1 Nick and Shane Bolen fighting each other. So here comes Zeus. Takes P6 from Gertie Boomer. Can he come closer? He will be. Wells Sponge without DRS. If Zeus is smart, he's gonna wait, and he does. To take another DRS. Needs to have enough ERS to get, of course, to catch him, but still not has enough there. So, Gertie Boomer, the last one of the gentlemen. Zeus and a Wells Sponge. Let's take a look at P2. MSC F1 Nick looks strong in the beginning. But Banana was there to take that lead from him. As he is definitely making the strongest return I think he ever made in a league. Little log up there. Oh, damn hard. Banana. I believe from P5 or something, if I'm correct. no mistakes, and made his way up to P1. A little bit late braking, but if you ask me, it was still within the rules. So Gutty Boomer, here he comes on Zeus, and Well Sponge as well. No, he will wait, as he should be. There he goes, catches Well Sponge and goes next to Zeus. The outside line should be the faster one. Oh, and they collide into each other. Gutty Boomer collides in the rears of Zeus. Yeah, those fast corners are really tricky to try to make an attempt. So Zeus still on track, looking to the rears of Well Sponge now again, and makes his way up to P5. That was an easy catch for Zeus. And Mirko makes his way up to P1. What happened there? So focused on a P5 that I totally unsee this. Banana still close behind him though. Within DRS. So will really fast come close to him. And there makes Mirko a mistake. Almost lost the rails there. And that wheel spin there. Should be a bit careful as the race is almost done. And those have left with those hearts. He has 14 laps old, I'm guessing. So with that wheel spin, those rears are really going too fast to slow him down. Oh, Mirko! Mirko, another mistake, and that is going to cost him his speed P1, as Banana making his way up to P1. Mirko, 2 mistakes. But still going to come back. Mirko back up to P1. Banana. Oh, and another mistake. Well Sponge. Well Sponge and Zeus. Well Sponge in the back of Zeus there. Still each other on track there, so not really a lot of time lost there. Banana. He needs to get that P1. He totally deserves it. Banana today really deserves it. Driving his best way with his comeback. Definitely. So we're gonna see what that Banana can do. Here made Mirko the mistake a lap before. Does not make that same mistake, but Banana almost does. Well, Sponge back up to P4. Missed that. But Zeus still very close. So is Banana. He will definitely be eager to take that P1 spot from him. But then he needs to make sure he's not getting out of the DRS. So here he's coming, still too far away. Taking a better apex there. Should leave the car, let it get a bit more to the outside to get more speed. Exit speed. So here he comes. Turn 1. Very close. DRS goes open. Mirko is staying on the outside line to get that better exit speed, and does he? Looks a bit like it. Here he comes. Wheel to wheel. Yes, Mirko does. So 4 more laps to go. As Zeus makes his way up to P3. Well, Sponge falling back, but still within DRS range. Banana, the only battle going on at the moment on this track. Mirko and Banana, and Will Sponge and Zeus. Again, a little twist on the rears there from Mirko. And here comes Banana on the inside. Mirko still on the outside, but Banana has a better line there. And Banana up to P1 again. So Mirko already looking, making his way. Ooh, and Banana has a time penalty, I see. That is gonna make it very easy for Banana. Three seconds for Mirko. So Banana is where he needs to be. And it's gonna be his comeback. And it's gonna be his first P1, I believe, in MSC history. So, amazing performance for Banana. If he's smart, he's just gonna stay behind Mirko. As the car behind has also a 3-second penalty and is 6 seconds behind. So no pressure from behind. So Wellsponge and Zeus. As Wellsponge is getting another 3 seconds now. So Zeus and Wellsponge both on 6 seconds of penalty time. So the only one still driving is Banana, making his comeback without time penalties, making his way up to P1. Well, Demir, if you're listening, you know it. Banana still wants to catch Mirko for honor, as it is totally unnecessary. But does it for honor, and he totally deserves it. As Mirko is still trying to do some moves there. Which can be risky with a 3-second time penalty already on you. So here comes Banana. Really strong drive from Banana. And this is your Grand Prix winner of the Austria Grand Prix of the MSC F1 Fanatec Podium Series. Banana Rama plates. Mirko P2, Zeus P3, teammate of Phoenix Gray. Could have been together there, but Phoenix Gray made some mistakes and could not make a double point for the Red Bull Constructor Championship. Wellsponge 2 tenths behind on Zeus. Gertie Boomer on P5, Shane Bolan on P6, P7 Arten MSC, P8 MSC F1 Cylinders, and P9 Angry Badger. All of the eight other drivers haven't finished the race. So well done from Banana there. As you can see, as expected, the game also gives him the driver of the day. So Banana, Mirko and Zeus on podium. All three of the gentlemen totally deserved it. And Banana was really standing out today with his comeback, no time penalties, and up to P1. So great job for Banana there today. So the standings for today, I will still tell you: Banana P1 in the McLaren, P2 Wellsponge in the Haas, P3 Mirko in the Scuderia Ferrari, Zeus in the P4, on P4 in the Red Bull, Gertie Boomer on P5 in the Williams, Shane Bolan on P6 in Alpine, Phoenix Gray on P7 in the Red Bull. Tom Hackett on P8 on the Mercedes. On P9 Arten MSC in the Kick Sauber. On P10 MSC F1 Cinders in the Aston Martin. On P11 Ali. On P12 Angry Badger. P13 MSC F1 Nick in the Aston Martin. P14 Gregory F1 in the Ferrari. So, all thanks for watching. And we see you back tomorrow for the MSC F1 Fanatec Club Spot Series. Same time, qualifying, race, and qualifying, and another race. Sprint weekend. So, we'll see you all back tomorrow.